Hey y'all, it's Ginger Beth, and y'all can tell by the looks of my hair I've had another wild and crazy day. Thought I'd share it with you. Well, started off just fine. Little weenie dog running around playing, and grandbabies running around playing, and everybody's just having a good old time. So I decided to sit down and write out the checks to pay my bills. So I get them all wrote out, get everything all enveloped up, and realize I don't have any postage stamps. I thought, Lord God Jesus, now I've got to get up and go down to the post office. And I know the post office is only about 5 or 10 minutes up the road, but, I know this adventure is going to take me about an hour. So I thought, well, while we're out, we'll go to the post office and then we'll go to the little cafe and get us a little lunch, and get back here by noon so the baby can get down for her nap. And I thought, well, I'm going to have to call daycare, because my little weenie dog, bless his heart, he's got the separation anxiety. And you can't leave him by himself. He'll be done hurt himself. He'll climb up on tables and try to look out windows and just knock stuff off. He knocked the whole computer off one time off the secretary table because he thought he was alone. And I was in the house the whole time. So, it don't take much to trigger him off. So I thought, well, he's going to have to go to doggy daycare. So I call him and tell him, I'm bringing him. And I get him and the baby loaded up and get him down to the daycare and get him dropped off, And then me and the baby off to the post office. And then we're going to go get us a little lunch. So by this time, it's probably about 10:30 by the time I reach the post office. And, me and the baby get out and get the vehicle locked up and get to the door and try to open it. Well, it's locked up tighter than a jailhouse. And I'm thinking, well, is it a holiday today or something I don't know about? Because, I do live in Mickey Mouse land and ABC 123 world. So, I don't know what's going on out there. If it ain't got to do with ABCs and 123s, I don't know. So I checked my phone, the calendar, to see if there's a holiday I didn't know about. And no holiday. So I thought, well, maybe I pushed instead of pulled, or pulled instead of pushed. Let me try it again. So I tried the door again, nothing. Locked. So I thought, well, there's got to be a sign around here, something telling me why the doors is locked at 10:30 in the morning. Who ever heard of such a thing? At the post office. So I see the sign and it says, post office open Monday through Friday, noon to 4. And I'm like, noon to 4? Have y'all lost y'all's mind? What you talking about noon to 4? I'm like, oh no. I got to find a phone number or something to call because this ain't gonna work for me. I can't deal with y'all only being open 12 to 4 every day. I don't know how anybody gets any stamps around here. So I thought, well, you ain't the only post office. You the closest, but you ain't the only one. So we're going to go on down here to the cafe and we're going to get us a little bite to eat. And we're going to figure out what we're going to do from here. So we get down there and we're talking to the girls and they're telling me, the next community, the little farming community next to us, I think their post office stays open all day. I said, oh, that's perfect. I'll finish my little lunch here, and then me and the baby will go down there and still make it home by lunch, by noon, which is fine. Little curveball thrown into my plans, but, we came out on top. So we get done eating, and we load back up in the vehicle, and we drive to the next community, and get there, got to get back there and unbuckle and strap and unpop and snap and crackle all her stuff that she's got snapped around her in that car seat. Get her out, and we get up to the door. Locked. I'm like, what is going on with the post offices today? So, I'm looking for the sign. So I find it, and it said, closed for lunch from 11 to 12. Closed for lunch from 11 to 12. Y'all see this eye? Y'all see that? Yeah. It went to twitching. Just twitching. And I thought, yeah, I'm not going to make it through the day. All I need is some postage stamps. How hard is that? So it dawned on me that I was next to the county line, about 5 minutes from the next county. And I knew their post office just right over the line there. And I thought, y'all know, this is crazy. But yes, I drove to the third post office. Get the baby out, get myself out, get the Jeep locked down, get to the door. Y'all, I swear, before I even reached for the door, I started looking for a sign. They had one. It said, closed due to illness. Y'all ain't even gonna lie. Flames shot out the top of my head, just pow, like fireworks, just shot out the top of my head. My skin is still burning. I'm so hot and mad from it. 3 post offices. Ain't near one of them open. For whatever reasons. So, the big grandbaby's looking at me like I'm nuts. I done took her to 3 different buildings. All of them had the doors locked, just tied her to jailhouse. And she's just looking at me like, what are we doing? What is the problem? Why you keep getting me in and out of this vehicle? So we get back in the vehicle, and y'all, I'm mad. And I told the baby, I said, Gammy's going to have a timeout. I can't drive in these conditions. It's not safe for me or nobody else on the road for me to be driving right now. So we're going to take us a little time out. So I get the cookies out and juice box, and I've got my little juice box up there. And I'm just sucking it down as fast as I can. And I turn the radio on, and the grandbaby starts singing to me, and it's so sweet, She's just back there singing to the top of her little lungs and squirting her juice box everywhere, crumbling her cookies, just having a good old time. So I look down at the clock, and I realize that if I leave right now, that I'd probably reach the post office about noon. The first post office that I started at 10:30 this morning. Okay, I can be back to it by noon. Well, that made me even madder. That I had been out and about for so long and still hadn't got my postage stamps. Not the first one. So, that called for another juice box. So, back in the box I went and got another juice box out, and I'm drinking it, and I'm telling the baby, sing me another song because it's going to take her a minute. I need a little bit longer time out than I thought. It's just not safe for me to drive. So I finally get calmed down, y'all, and I say, okay, now, drive to that first post office down by your house, 5 minutes from your house. Get your stamps and just go home. Just go home. Don't talk to nobody. Because you ain't got nothing nice to say right now. Just keep it zipped and just go get your stamps and go home. So, we take off down the road. And the baby's getting sleepy. It's almost nap time, and bless her heart, she's ready to go lay down. So that's making me even madder and frustrate me. So I get to the post office near my house, and I see the lady getting out of her vehicle that works there, and she's going to unlock the building, and I'm thinking, excuse me, y'all, I've had a horrible cold. I'm thinking, lady, I know you see me pulling in this parking lot. I advise you to go ahead and open up these doors and give me my stamps and let me go home, because if not, you're going to have just as bad a day as I'm having. And you ain't done nothing to deserve it, so let's just try to make this transaction go smoothly and let me get out of here. So she did. She opened it right on up and let me in and sold in my stamps, and took my bills and mailed them for me. So, then I come on home and was able to get the baby laid down. But y'all, my skin is still on fire. I'm still hot. This has got me so mad. I'm going to need, if any of y'all know the name and the number of the man that I call to talk to about this, please put it in the comments below my video, because I'm going to need to call somebody. I'm not even playing. I will make that phone call. I need somebody to explain to me why three 3 post offices were not open on the same day, all within 30 minutes of each other. I mean, I just don't understand. And people wonder why my blood pressure goes up. This is why. These things right here is why. Otherwise, I'd have sit here and had just a wonderful day with no stress, watching the grandbaby run around and the little weenie dog running around. It would have been wonderful. But no, I've got to take a trip to the post office and ruin my whole day. So, with that being said, y'all, anybody, I'm going to get off here and calm myself down. I got to go do some breathing exercises and, and get this under control. But in the meantime, while I'm doing that, if anybody figures out the name and number of the person I call, put that in the comments, because that's going to be the next phone call I make. I promise you.